Hello everyone, Hamas28 here, and welcome back to SkyFactory 4. So, as we left off last episode, we gathered quite a lot of our saplings to produce resources for us, but now instead of manually, harvesting trees and doing all that, what I want to do is get these all upgraded into their own hopping bonsai pots, so we can start automating the production of our resources. I did get a helpful tip from the community on how we can actually store everything. And it's actually funny, I have never heard of this mod before. But if you search for filing cabinet, we're going to be storing all of our items in filing cabinets. Now they do take any chest and some iron bars, but iron bars are kinda cheap. As you can see, it does take 8. But it's not that expensive, and each filing cabinet can hold all of the output from a single hopping bonsai pot. But, of course, to do so, we're going to be needing quite a lot of iron, which means I'm going to have to spend some time gathering iron, gathering clay to make the bonsai pots, get a little bit of gold so we can make a casting ingot, what is it called? Ingot casting thingamabob, so we can double the iron output, make that go a little bit faster, but then we'll be able to start working on automating all of our saplings. Alright, so at this point, I'm able to add even more bonsai pots, so we can start getting even more iron. But you can see, growing our trees on dirt is really slow. We need to make this go even faster. Luckily, we can do that by just changing what the plants grow on. It's also going to give us even more drops. And the first thing we have to do is make brown mulch, which easy enough we can make with brown dyed water, which we can craft from our dyed water bottles. Because we already have access to red, yellow, and blue, which means we just have to make a bunch of brown, dye the dirt, and then we're good to go. Because I think it just needs, and then it makes the mulch, which means I don't need more dirt for this. Now we are going to need sand, which is a little annoying, but actually, no, I could just get around that. What I can do is take our red, take our yellow, grab our blue, grab this water bottle and this one, and we just need to make a couple more of these cauldrons, because they just have to store water. So let me go ahead and smelt up this, because to make a cauldron, I think it was, 7 cauldron? Oh, I could just make them out of wood, actually. I forgot that was an option. So we'll just make a couple of these guys. Put this over here, and where's my bucket? In here, and in here. So now if I take yellow and red, we can dye these. Grab red, grab yellow, and mix this together to make brown dye, and then take this dye, add our sticks to make our brown mulch. And as you can see, this is the tier 1 upgrade. Upgrades bonsai growth and loop drops, growth rate 142%, drop chance 140%. Because I think basic dirt is, what is the percent on this? It doesn't actually say, but I think if you go into the bonsai pot, it does show it briefly. Grass is 100% on both. So this is going to increase it by about 40%, which is pretty good. And then to upgrade it further, we are going to need a biofuel, which is pretty cheap. We will just need a crusher from Mechanism, which will come later on. Alright, so now I think I've collected enough iron to at least set up one so far, because it's going to take a while to collect everything, but I can show you how it's done. So, first things first, we're going to take our iron ingots and make ourselves some iron bars. Then we're going to take our wood, make some chests, and combine this together to make our filing cabinet. So let's use all these iron bars to make a filing cabinet. And I believe there's an advancement for this in the age of storage, or I don't actually, it's not actually in here. Regardless, so you plop down your filing cabinet, like so. And we're going to take one of these guys and upgrade you to the hopper version. So grab a chest, make a hopper, and combine with the bonsai pot, and add the brown mulch. So now you just put the hopper on top, put in the mulch, add in our iron sapling, and now it's going to automatically go into the filing cabinet. But we can't actually pull anything out of the filing cabinet yet. I do like the animation though. So you'll see that it's going to finish, and it's going to keep growing again. But none of the items are actually going in here. And I wonder if I can silence that. You can see nothing actually happened. Now to actually use this, we're going to need... Where is my sugarcane seeds? We're going to need a little bit of sugarcane because we need to craft a filing folder from 5 pieces of paper to get 8. Alright, so I got our piece of sugarcane, and here's a little trick I learned from the back rooms. We're going to make a little piece of snad. Then we need 2 repeaters. Let me take a little bit of stone. Make 2 repeaters. We're going to need a redstone torch and our redstone. Grab our snad and sugarcane. So now if I place this sand, the snad right here, place you there, and then place... Might need one more piece of redstone actually. Redstone block into redstone. And then do this and this. Set you to max. Plant our sugarcane and then start it. There we go. We can now grow sugarcane much faster. Extremely fast. So now let me grab this to get a bunch of sugarcane and convert it into paper. Now with our paper, we can make our filing folder. And now to use these for... It's a little annoying. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can just take your filing folders and take the drops of the hopping bonsai pot. It'll void everything else. So if we take... Like if you want to keep the iron saplings and the leaves... Are there iron leaves? Yeah, iron leaves. The iron resin and iron acorns, and then get rid of everything else. So iron resin. Then you just take your folders and you craft these together. So now you have a filing folder with 1 resin, a filing folder with 13 acorns, a filing folder with 1 sapling, and 1 with the leaves. So now we have 4 folders with leaves, sapling, acorn, and resin. Then you just come to your filing cabinet over here and put these folders inside. So now, every time the hopper sapling grows, it's going to go into these folders. Now to actually take stuff out, we're going to need a magnifying glass. Magnifying. Which will take a little piece of glass, so we're going to need some sand for that. But that'll let you view and take out these all at once. Because I think otherwise you have to shift right click and it only does 1 at a time, like so. Which is not really that good. Now if you don't want to manually craft all of the folders together, what you can do instead is take your filing folder. And I believe, if I search folder here, you can craft the auto item folder. And the only thing this one does is that it essentially just says, hey, if I'm in a filing cabinet and something is pushed into the filing cabinet, store that item. But each folder can only hold a single item. So you might want to, you know, keep track of what's going in there yourself, but that's how it works. So now we just have to make a filing cabinet and hopping bonsai pot for each of our saplings, and we can start processing everything so much simpler. And if you weren't aware, I guess the Apotheosis mod is in this mod pack. Yeah, Apotheosis makes sugarcane just keep growing forever, so you might want to turn off the redstone clock when you don't need the sugarcane. And now, after about, I think it was like an hour, it was mostly just taking a lot of time gathering a bunch of iron, we now have hopping bonsai pots with all of our saplings going right into the filing cabinets. Now, we just have to connect these to a storage network because filing cabinets are really annoying. Like, I needed to take out all the iron I accrued in this cabinet, but to do so, you have to open this, shift, right-click the folders out, then put the folder in your inventory, take all of the items out, and then put these guys back in. It's not that convenient, it's really annoying. Luckily, there is a simple solution for the storage network using simple storage. But in order to make this, we are going to need quartz, which we don't have yet, which means I have to make ourselves a nether sapling with this recipe. And we mostly have everything. We have redstone sapling, we have gold and diamond, we just need a piece of netherrack. And looking at this, it looks like we can make a piece of netherrack by taking lava and dumping it on redstone amber. And redstone amber is just redstone. which I think that was really the only thing you use it for. So let's go ahead and convert this into our amber and make one of these. Now if we come over here, here's our little, what's the word, forge. I set up the automation for our seared tank so we can convert our items, our iron amber, directly into our ingots. And all I have to do is put it in the front chest. And I just thought I'd make it, you know, look a little nice. I did it while I was building that just because, you know, it doesn't all have to be functional. It could also have form as well. Now, what we need to do is just pour lava on top of this. Alright, so now it should be as easy as placing this on here, taking our redstone amber, putting that in there, and then dumping lava on top of it to make a piece of netherrack. Now, I did notice I didn't actually have a hopping bonsai pot for sand, so I went ahead and added that, and now we're going to need one for our nether materials. So let's go ahead and make ourselves another hopper. That's 105 pages. I'll just do it like this. Grab a hopper, grab a bonsai pot, and we are going to need some more mulch. But now that I'm mostly set up on all of these, I can break down these ones next. Put the brown mulch in there, grab ourselves a redstone sapling, and we should be able to craft the nether sapling. And we need a piece of gold resin, which is in here. See, this is so annoying. Gold resin, grab this, come over here, and now make the nether sapling. And I'll go ahead and put these back in here. And if you right click, oh, I wonder why it's not going in there. Oh, there we go. Now we plant the nether sapling. And never mind, because I actually need to get the drops first, and then I can filter for them. So this will drop acorns, resin, and quartz. Quartz is a very low % chance, but since we're going to let it run forever, it's going to build up over time, which is what we want. Let me go ahead and remove all of these sand saplings. And add our netherrack. So let's see. So to make the storage network master, we're going to need 4 blocks of quartz, which is 16. So that shouldn't take too long. And then once we have that and our simple storage set up, we could start working on some technology. Alright, so the drop rate is abysmal, so I'm going to figure out how we can get access to a quartz sapling, because we do have 2 pieces of quartz. But to make this, we'll need an emerald sapling first, which will need a green slime crystal, which I'm not sure how to get. As you can see, you can make this from green slimy mud, and green slimy mud is crafted from slime balls, red sand, and dirt. But then where do I get a slime ball from? I'm not actually sure. Congealed slime block. Blue slimy saplings. Make it. Okay, so we need it from the sapling, which is actually over here, the blue slime sapling. But to get this, we're going to need a cauldron filled with milk, which means we need a cow. Luckily, I do think we can actually make a cow seed. There we go. From wheat, seed, and leather. But then how do we get leather? We have access to wheat and seeds. So where do we get leather? Leather is from rotten flesh. We can dry different things into leather. But it mostly looks like rotten flesh, which means we're going to need our first mob farm. Luckily we do have, I think I can click it from here, tons of cobblestone, so making a mob farm should be easy enough. So I realized that mob grinding utilities kinda requires me to have some feathers to make the pushing upgrades for the mob farm. So I'm gonna make a little farm so we can use the market right over here and get ourselves some feathers. What does that sound? Oh, hello there, Guy Fieri. Because we can use this to just purchase feathers at a cost of 1 seed, which is pretty cheap since we have so much bone meal. So I'm going to convert this little area into a farm, and then I should be able to finish off the mob farm. See, now this is efficiency. I love the mod that lets you just right-click it to replant, so you never actually have to replant the seeds. Because now using our massive supply of bone meal, I could just harvest a ton of wheat seeds and get enough feathers to finish off the farm. Do I have carrots now that I think about it? I say that. Are there carrot seeds? Let's see. Carrot. Carrot seeds. You can craft from a carrot. We can buy them for 8 wheat. Oh, that's even better actually then. Because if I do this, throw you in here, and then buy carrot. Where is carrot? Carrot is... Huh? Where's carrot? Carrot. 8 wheat carrot seed. Oh, right there. We could just use the carrot seeds to grow carrots. And then I could just trade these in for leather. Wait, not for leather. For rabbit. And then I can just turn the rabbit hide. Actually, that's really expensive. 8 carrots for 1 hide, so you need half a stack of carrots for 1 piece of leather. Okay, I'm just gonna do what I was doing before and turn the seeds into feathers, like so. Feather. And then use these to finish off the mob farm. And it looks like it's working. Nice. Now we just need to get a couple of leather, and we're good to go. Now I'm hearing zombies. I'm not hearing them fall, though. Or those spiders. Huh. Wonder how they're getting stuck. They're certainly spawning, because they should be getting pushed this way, and then this way, into the pit. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I put at mob utils. I put in the width modifiers. I didn't put the distance modifiers, so they're actually not reaching far enough. Some of them are still falling, though. I have no idea what mob that was. That was actually a little bit scary. So I'm going to need to add the range upgrade, and then it should be able to actually work. Oh, interesting. Okay, well that was cool. Yeah, so that was funny. And I can show you what happened. So I broke a little hole, like a little peephole, into the mob farm so I could take a look inside at the range upgrade. And a skeleton with a punch bow knocked me off. How does this work? Grave key, yada yada, I'm holding it. Oh, okay, so you just have to keep holding it. Okay, but that's cool. I thought I was going to lose everything to the void. Luckily, we didn't have too much important stuff, just the upgrades. But everything else... Yeah, so you can see... Actually, it's kind of hard to tell. Let me turn this off. So if we take a look here, here's the hole. Okay, so it fits perfectly. This one's off, so let me check the area here. This will need 2 range upgrades to fit there. Nice. Hide area. And then that one probably also needs 2 range upgrades as well. So let me turn this one back on, just in case. And it won't push me. Good. And then that should fix it. Now there is a little bit of a dead zone, but I don't really mind too much. That goes there, show the area, and that should fix it. So let me take a little peek inside. Are you off? Off. And this one... Okay, perfect. So now the mobs will get pushed over here. They'll get I left the fan on. That scared me a little bit. And they'll get pushed there. So all the ones that spawn in the bigger chamber should fall down pretty easily. And there's just a little bit of dead zone right here. But if they happen to try and walk this way, they'll get pushed. So I'm not too concerned about a little bit of inefficiency, because we'll have better access to these later on. So let me turn the mob farm back on, get rid of these. And turn the main fan on, and it's good to go. Then once we get a couple of endermen, I'll be able to put in our, what is it? It's this guy, the Absorption hopper, to grab all the drops from here, including the experience, and we're good to go. And we do have a little piece of rotten flesh. Anything else in here? Yep, there we go. Grab that, grab this one, and recover this back up. And with that much rotten flesh, I think we have the leather. Why did I need leather? Oh, right, for the cow. That's what I needed it for. Well, good news. The endermen are spawning. They're escaping, though, so I'm going to need an ender inhibitor at some point. So I'm hoping that they'll perish. Give me some ender pearls. Okay, let's see. One died over here. We get an ender pearl. Nice. So now to craft the teleport inhibitor, we just need 1 and blaze powder. So we don't have any blaze powder yet, but we can get it from crushing netherrack, so that's not too difficult. And I can take out this guy. And what are all these dudes doing in here? Matter overdrive. Why do they have guns? And then I could just run into the water, and there's nothing he can do about it. Let's see if I can get a second one. And no. But I should be able to make the absorption hopper now. Absorption hopper with blaze powder that we don't have. Okay, that's not too difficult. Like I said, we just need redstone resin to make ourselves this. And why aren't this... Oh, it's raining, so they're not going to dry. Put you in there. Cobblestone, bucket, lava. Make a piece of netherrack, and then we can make the absorption hopper. Oh, we do need a bit of obsidian, but that's easy enough. It's just put lava in here, then mix it with water. Easy stuff, and then the absorption hopper will let me finish off the mob farm. So I should be able to just take this and then put the water up there, and that's not how it works. How do I make... Because I'm thinking of ex nihilo. How do you do it? Right click a lava filled cauldron. Just like that, okay. And then why won't it let me put cobble in there? Oh, that's weird. Sure, if I replace it. Stone cauldron. Why isn't this working? Stone cauldron. Cauldron. Oh, the torch broke. There we go. So now we just need 2 more, and we can finish that off. So let me grab my other bucket. There we go. Grab this. Grab some more cobblestone. Obsidian. Obsidian. Then we need to crush the netherrack in our squeezer. And we can make the absorption hopper to collect all of the items. Why didn't this work? What did I do wrong? Blaze powder, squeezer. Oh, the crushing tub, wrong thing. There we go. Combine you with this. And make 1 hopper. Where's all my iron at? Did I use it all? Did I... Huh, I guess I ran out of iron. Yeah, burned through all the reserves. So we're gonna have to get a little bit of iron, then grab this, and then we can just output it into a chest, and we're good to go. And now with a little bit of iron in hand, we can make a hopper, and make the absorption hopper. With a range of 7 by 7 by 7, so if we just slap him over here, he starts sucking everything up. Android head, interesting. Lots of XP too. Now we are going to need a pretty big chest for this, so I went ahead and crafted the chest builder, which lets you make chests of custom sizes. So to make a chest with 9 columns and 12 rows, we need 1 piece of clay. Do I have any clay? We have clay resin. Do I have enough in here though? No, we need a little bit of resin. So let me grab some clay. Oh, we have 16 nether quartz too, so I can finally fix this. And where's the clay? Because this is annoying. There we go, clay. And you'll see why it's so useful. This one and this one. I just need the resin to make a piece of clay. And then I'll put these back in here. So we take our, we're going to need 1 piece of clay. Going to need 24 iron ingots, 24 oak chests, and 6 chests. Lots of wood. So we're going to need some chests. Going to need some fences. And where's fence? Oak fence. and a bunch of iron. So now if we put all of this in here, oh, we need 4 more, but then we have enough, so 24 oak, 6, and that, and it stays in there, so now we just need 4 iron ingots. So we just wait for that to cast, and then I can have it output into the big chest. So now we got 24 iron, throw you in there, build our big compact chest, non-retaining. I think the difference is that if it's retaining, if you break it, it still keeps the stuff. Put that there. So now if we tell you to output, does it not output? Oh, there we go. Just have to right click this. It's not, it doesn't seem to be working. Grab the chest. Output. I think that's output. It puts it into the chest. Nice. Now what is an Android head? Android station. Interesting. I've never played with this mod before. I do recognize the Android data model though. It was just disconnected any other time I've seen it. But now that's the mob drops taken care of. Now we can take our, what is this? Monster jerky? This is supposed to be leather. Oh, you need a drying basin for this. I don't want monster jerky. That was a waste of my rotten flesh. Because I'm trying to make cow seeds. Okay, well, luckily we have more rotten flesh, so I can try again. And I guess we're going to need a drying basin, which will take some pulverized coal. Which, do I even have regular coal? I have tons of charcoal, but no regular coal. So let me try that one more time. So we need leather from a drying basin. Drying basin takes black dye powder, pulverized coal, or pulverized charcoal. But I don't think I can pulverize charcoal in the squeezer, right? Yeah, I would need a machine for that. Which means this is a good time to pivot and finally craft the storage network master. So let me go ahead and grab all of the nether quartz. It's the last drawer in here. You can see why it's very annoying. And I put it back in, nice. Okay, I'm going to store you in the chest. Then put these back. Now I can use the nether quartz to make 4 blocks of quartz. Then we need a diamond and these storage cables, which is stone slabs and iron. Grab our diamond. Grab our stone slabs. We have stone, so I can make that. And grab some iron. So now use this to make that. And craft the storage cables. Then make the storage network master, the heart of the network. A bunch of advancements done. And we can plop this pretty much anywhere. So I'll go ahead and put it like right here. I think that's a fine spot for it. Now to actually connect these, we're going to need storage link cables, which will take these storage cables and some chests. Let's grab some wood to make some more chests. And make some more of these smooth slabs so we can make more storage cables. And I think that's enough. We're going to need twice as many though. To make 8 storage link cables, and now we can connect all of these. Oh, they only connect to one inventory at a time. So I'm going to need even more of these. So let me go ahead and we have space on this side, so I put these all here. And then they connect there. Then I'll need another 8 to add this. I was hoping that I could just use 1 for each, but I guess not. It's not that kind of mod. So then we put these 8 in the front over here. Oh, I guess it's having trouble figuring out where to go. Yeah, there we go. Connect there. So now I can connect that. Now to actually read the inventories, we're going to need a storage requests table, which will take some more cabling. We're going to need some gold ingots. And I have 1. That's not nearly enough, so let me take out the gold. And take out some gold resin. Take out some gold acorns. Combine these into gold amber. So we can make our gold. Put the folders back. Close it. And let me swap this real quick because we're processing a bunch of iron right now. Take that out, put that in there to make the gold, and that's doing it right. Yeah, gold ingots. Then we just need the gold and a crafting table. Then, using the remaining storage cables, we could also connect these chests as well, but I think I want to move them. So for right now, I'm just going to cable over here. And we'll put the thing right there. And then I'll move these chests later. We can connect the cobblestone chest so we have access to a ton of cobblestone, but some of the other ones will be made redundant. Like, I don't really need this chest full of saplings and leaves. It's just, like, leftovers. And... oh, that's annoying. Let me break this guy. And reset him. That way the gold actually flows. And now with our iron ingots, we can make the storage request table. Advancement completed, I want it now. And we can read into our chest. So now instead of having to go into each drawer and pull the items out, we can just read into them much easier. And now I can also take all of this stuff and just push it into the system like so. But now we can easily access all of our inventories. Now, something you could do is make a really big chest and connect that via the network. But from what I've been told, that's not really a good idea, because then when you try to when you try to connect a logistics network to that really big chest, the issue is this guy is essentially, when he's connected to the drawers, the cabinets, he goes in, he sees the cabinet and goes, oh, okay, there's 3 slots. Return the 3 slots. There you go. But when you give him a really big chest, he has to sort one by one every single slot in that chest, and that can cause a lot of lag over time, which is why you usually don't want to do that. But this is a simple storage network, and we'll upgrade it later on, but that does make things a lot easier, especially when crafting stuff from our resins. But now, with all of this out of the way, we can go ahead and make ourselves a cow seed. And no, we cannot, because we don't have the leather, because I forgot about that. So I need a drying basin, which will need a piece of coal. And can I tell it? I can tell it to make coal. Coal acorns. See, because now I could just click this, tell it to make a piece of coal, and I can crush that to make the pulverized version and make the drying basin. It's so much nicer once you have any kind of like digital storage solution, because now using that we can make our drying basin. And I should have some rotten flesh in here. So now we can dry this, which is pretty slow, but we only need 1, so it's really not a problem. Throw that in here. And, oh, that's annoying. It pushed all the inventory back into there. So I should be able to change. Promote priority, smaller goes first. Demote priority, smaller goes first. So, all of these should have the highest priority. So if I set this to -1 and set these to like 5, and then take this stuff out, and then push it back in. Okay, that seems to have fixed it. You always got to make sure that you set up the filtering correctly, because otherwise I think it does just go to like the nearest chest instead of the one you actually want. There's our piece of leather. Now we can make our cow seeds. Cow seeds. There's no advancement for that. And then, do I just plant these like a regular cow? Oh, it just goes on grass. So if we grab our bone meal, we should be able to make a cow. And He's fully grown. Now we can feed him some wheat to make him grow even faster. I think I have more wheat. Keep growing, buddy. Now what did I need this for? Oh right, I needed a bucket of milk. And give me milk. And now, after all that work, we can finally make the blue slime sapling. Right-click a cauldron with milk holding a lapis sapling. So I need an empty cauldron and a lapis sapling to make our blue slime sapling. Only grows on slimy dirt and grass. Where do I get that? Plant slime saplings in the world in a bonsai pot. Requires slimy dirt. Craft slimy dirt to get started. How do I craft slimy dirt? Slimy dirt. Milk and cactus. We can buy cactus with vines. Now we dry these out for vines, and then trade those vines for cactus, and then use that cactus to make our slimy dirt, and then use the slimy dirt to do something. I think it was slimes, right? What were we doing with this? To make slime balls. There you go. That's what we were doing. I just broke the piece of sugarcane that's been growing since I've been recording, and it yielded 2 full stacks of sugarcane. Excuse me, cow. Plant this guy. So this guy should grow as fast now. Man, I love Snad. I love Snad and Apotheosis. That's what it is. Now let's... Yep, there he goes. He's growing even faster. Grow even faster. There he goes. So now if we break this guy, to grab some of this cactus, we just mix it with milk to make green slimy dirt. Now if I grab one of our hopper pots, which I put somewhere, bonsai, there we go, and place you right here, put green slimy dirt, and this guy, he will start growing, and we can get our slime balls. Why did we need slime balls again? I needed it for something. What was I talking about? We're almost finished with this chapter now too. We just need to get a pig so we can make it into a resource hog. We need bacon sapling and a donut sapling, but why did I specifically need slime? I don't remember. I don't remember at all. What? The green slimy mud. That's what I needed. I needed green slimy mud to make the green slime crystal so I could make the emerald sapling. That's what we were doing. I probably should have saved this in the recipe bar up there so I could remember what I was up to. Because I completely forgot what I was doing. Now there's this Enderman here that I'm pretty sure will body me because he's a little too strong, but I will need another Ender Pearl. How we doing over here? No Ender Pearls. We do get a little bit of glowstone from some witches, some extra glass bottles, and some good stuff overall. I wish the Enderman would have perished though so I can get those drops, but now I want to see this guy. We get slimy leaves and a slime ball. Is that really it? Then we can use the slimy leaves for pretty much the same stuff as before. That's nothing new. But now we can use the slime balls to make our green slimy crystals, and we just need 2 more congealed slime block. Oh, wait. I think there's an easier way to do this. Let me break this guy. Place you. Place that. Twerk to work to make him grow. And then I could just harvest this. I think I still need a crook, though. That's not how you do it. Make a crook. So I can get my saplings back, and then we can chop down this to get the congealed slime blocks. Now, we can make this. No, we cannot. Congealed slime, sand, and dirt. Need a piece of sand. Now I can do it in here. Green slimy mud. Throw you in here. And what are we missing? Green slime crystal, diamond sapling, nickel and tin. So now grab a diamond sapling, grab some nickel and tin. We don't have nickel? We have tin. How do I get nickel? Did I just not craft nickel? Alright, there we go. More nickel saplings and nickel resin. So now we can take our green slime crystal and make the emerald sapling. And now, why did I need emeralds? What was the point of this? We're almost done with this chapter. There's only a couple more. Now, why did I need the emerald sapling? To get emeralds, obviously. But why did I need to get emeralds? Is there something I need emeralds for? I don't think so. Interesting. We can make compact machines. That's cool. But I don't think I made it except for the love of the game. Now, if I take a look at our saplings from Sky Orchards, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 saplings. And we have most of them. We don't have prosperity, osmium, ardite, cobalt, glowstone. No, it wasn't the glowstone. I could craft this one though. And I might. Donut sapling. Oh right, I wanted the quartz sapling. That's what I was leading towards. That took the emerald sapling because I wanted more quartz. But it looks like this one it's going to take a magma slime crystal, which takes slimy magma mud, which I do not have. But can't I make the magma slime bonsai sapling? It requires blazing pyroethium, which will take a little bit of machine work. But I think at this point, let me deposit this stuff in here. Faster just dump it in here for now. Actually, I'm going to separate that out. Just throw the rest in here. But at this point, now that our automatic production of ores is essentially done, I think we can start taking a look at the Age of Power and start crafting some machinery. Because there is some stuff locked. And I'll also build the farmhouse for our animals, because the cows are kind of going wherever they want, and it would be useful to have some more animals. But in the meantime, this episode has gone on quite long enough. And as always, I'm your host, Hamas28, and I'll see you guys next time.